What is up, you guys, and welcome to the Upper 90 YouTube soccer channel. Today we're talking about the possibility of Timo Werner. Yes, none other. Timo Werner may be leaving Chelsea. So stick around as we dive deeper into this video. For those that don't know who I am, my name is Mike. Huge Chelsea fan, which is why we're talking about Chelsea rumors here again today on this YouTube channel. If you are new to this channel, make sure to like and subscribe down below. I greatly appreciate that. That means a lot, helps grow this YouTube channel. So, like I said, today's topic is Timo Werner, which is a little bit surprising because you would think after winning the Champions League and having a decent season at Chelsea, you wouldn't really have to worry about players such as his caliber thinking about leaving Chelsea. But with all the Chelsea rumor that's been going on for looking for a main forward or a top striker, I could definitely see where Timo Werner is coming from, thinking, well, I must not be really that wanted at Chelsea if they're constantly looking for someone else, even though I'm here, I want to be the starting forward or starting striker, and they keep looking for different people, and it seems like they're going to be pushing me aside. Maybe I should look somewhere else, and that's what's going on right now with Timo Werner. So apparently, he's been looking at possibly going to Dortmund, which if that is up in the air, he may be the player that maybe could link Erling Haaland to Chelsea, and we could do maybe a swap plus cash in that deal. But the problem with that is I don't want to get rid of Timo Werner as a player at Chelsea. Yes, like I said, his first season at the club was semi-decent. It could have obviously been a lot better, but it could have been a lot worse. Now, Timo Werner played a huge role in us finishing in the top four, but also in the Champions League. Now, if you remember, in the season itself, yes, he did miss a lot of opportunities, but he had so many assists throughout the season that it really helped this team score multiple goals and score crucial goals, and even himself score a few goals to help us win certain games late into the season last year. And as we know, last season, top four was not an easy thing. Liverpool was able to rise up and take that fourth spot, whereas Leicester themselves too dropped out of fourth place, and that could have easily been Chelsea. Now, granted, we did win the Champions League, so it didn't really matter at the end of the day, but had we not won and missed out in the top four, that would have been a crucial blow to Chelsea due to the fact we wouldn't really had any power bringing players in because, again, we've been missing out in Champions League. Yes, we've been playing Europa League, but again, you're not going to get the top signings when you're playing in Europa League, whereas when you're playing the Champions League and you win the Champions League, you have a better chance of signing the best players in the world. Now, like I said, Timo Werner, I think, could have a really solid season this upcoming season, and that is the reason why I hope he doesn't leave. Since Thomas Tuchel now has a full season, a full preseason under his belt with these players, he's going to be able to pick and choose how he wants to play players. Now, whether that's Timo Werner right down the center or off on the left or right side, one of those areas I think Timo Werner can really shine. Now, I don't want to put too much pressure onto this player, but again, he definitely needs to score goals this season. If he doesn't, then yes, it may be time for him to move on to another club. But again, I do see him scoring multiple goals this season. I'm actually thinking he can score at least 10, if not 15 goals, and also have multiple assists. If he can do that, again, I'll be really grateful for this player and really happy for this player because, again, it's not easy when you come from a different league, move into the Premier League, and a club like Chelsea where there's really high standards and don't do as well as you'd hope. Now, when he played for Leipzig, he was one of the best players, which is why Liverpool and Bayern Munich were looking at signing this player, but they were going to wait till his contract ran out. Whereas Chelsea said, no, we're going to buy you out. We want you now, which is why he came to Chelsea. So this player alone, I know, can really get any type of pull from different clubs, even though with his poor season last year, he's still wanted by multiple clubs. And that's why I still think he has all this potential, because I would hate for to see him leave, possibly go to another club, and all of a sudden just break out, have this massive season, whereas Chelsea could have been utilizing that player, had all his goals and assists going towards us winning some titles, some trophies, and things along those lines. Now, like I said, I still do hope we can get another forward to come in. I don't think we need a huge caliber signing, even though there has been talks with Lewandowski, Haaland, Romelu Lukaku, just to name a few. But I think we just need another forward to step in and therefore I think there's a few forwards that we could really look at getting. Possibly Danny Ings. I know he's not the huge striker that Chelsea really want, but he could definitely be the guy that can score goals. The other player, again, I think is Patrick Bamford from Leeds United. I think this guy is really under the radar. He used to be a Chelsea player, never actually played at the top level for Chelsea, but is used to some of the academy players as well. And yes, he is a little bit older, but again, you saw last year how well he can do at Leeds United, and I think he would really fit into Thomas Tuchel's formation and philosophy at Chelsea. Now, overall though, again, I hope Timo Werner will stay at the club. I really like this player. Yes, it was very difficult from this past season, but again, I think with a full year under his belt, having a manager getting all his philosophy in after winning Europa or the Champions League, I think this could be his season where he breaks out and shows why we spent so much for this player. And not only him, but I think all our other players too, like Kai Havertz really going to break out. Mason Mount, I think obviously is going to have another great season. Christian Pulisic, I think all our top guys are going to have a great season, and therefore I can't wait for this season to start. Obviously, our first game is going to be against Villarreal for the Super Cup, since again, we are champions of Europe and Villarreal won Europa. So we have that first match against them for our first, I want to say, title or trophy game, because it's not really that big of a trophy, but obviously you still want to win each and every trophy that you can. So hopefully Chelsea can do that. So that is all I have for you today. Again, if you haven't, make sure to like and subscribe down below. I greatly appreciate that, and we will see you next time.